It's our first episode at a new club. We have signed loads of players, gone over our wage budget, completely failed at bringing in any new staff members, and irritated a couple of influential players already at the club. Let's hope we win our first game and it was all worth it. What's happening, guys? Hello and welcome to episode 1 of season 2. We are now officially within our tenure at Ballinamallard United, and we've been busy. We've been busy since you were last with me. We've done a lot of movements in the transfer market. We've had a lot that we needed to get done in terms of position signings, but we've near enough filled every gap. With our star defender soon coming back from injury, we're actually not too far away from having a squad that I'm happy to put out pretty much week in, week out. Today, we've got our first game in the league coming up against Newington, which is going to be great. But before we obviously get stuck into that one, let's have a little look at all of the signings. As you can see, there have been quite a few ins. Now. Brian Neeson, Graham Crown, Aidan Lillis all came in before me. So I have nothing to do with those signings, although I'm actually trying to get rid of Brian Neeson and I'm trying to get rid of Graham Crown, but it's not been too easy. To be honest, they got rid of BJ Banda, who I would have loved to keep at the club, and they got rid of Patrick Ferry, who I would have loved to keep at the club. So we just had to kind of work out who we were going to bring in to replace those players. But first off, we started off with the position. Now, Brian Neeson doesn't look like a bad goalkeeper by any stretch of the imagination. However, Neil Shields is top class. He's actually the top rated goalkeeper in the division this year. So we brought him in on a free transfer. As you can see, he played 38 games last year, 43 goals conceded. Not the best, and that was with Dundela. That was in the Championship. However, we brought him in for a measly £180 per week, and he is considerably better than Brian Neeson. So I didn't think it was a bad shout bringing him in. And he's considerably younger than Brian Neeson as well, so he's got room to improve, which is nice. I try and bring in players as young as possible in the sense that hopefully they can develop over the course of their time with us at the club. Lewis Barr is a central midfielder, 2.5-star player, comes in on loan. He's just a young lad, 20-year-old fella. He's come in from Crusaders, paying nothing in terms of wages for him. And, you know, he's a decent little player. Not too much in terms of goals and assists, but, you know, 6.95, not a bad rating for a central midfielder, and he does a job for us as a rotation option. Our midfield is pretty strong already. Then we brought in what I thought was going to be our top signing in Darius Rohi, or Ruhi, maybe you could say that. 24 years old. We brought him in again on a free transfer. So he came in. He's the 3-star player with a 3.5-star potential ability, playing in that central attacking midfielder role. That's right. We're playing with a central attacking midfielder. 2 strikers up top just wasn't going to work. I could not find the strikers to do it for me. So we've gone with a cam in Darius Ruhi. Next up comes Callum Bryers. He is a right back and centre back, 2.5-star, current ability, 3.5-star, potential ability, 26-year-old Northern Irish lad. Not a bad player. Last season was only rated as a 6.6, but I've just got this feeling that we might be able to make it work with him. Between him and the young lad we brought in on loan, I think we're going to be fine at that right back position. We can, while we also can't move him out of the club. I believe he's actually making a transfer at the end of his contract on a free. Graham Crown can also play at right back. So we've got 3 options there, which is nice. Michael McLennan, he came in as a player that can play on the right wing, the left wing, and up top. Probably won't use him up top, to be honest, but he can play right wing, which is where I'm going to predominantly use him. And then he can play on the left as well, if necessary. 30 years old, so no development from him, but 3-star winger. Comes in as last season. He played 37 games, 7 goals, 1 assist, 4 Player of the Match awards, and he got himself a 6.89 across the course of the season. So not bad. You know, he's been with H&W Wellards for a while in the Championship, so he's well versed in our league. So good player to bring in for that right-hand side. Then you'll recognise this name, Curtis Davies. I got shouted at by the board for this one, but I saw him on a report and I thought, I need a player that can play left, middle and right, just as a backup player. He's only a 2-star player at this level. Obviously still 5-star potential ability. he was great for us, not in terms of goals, but in terms of his assists and his performance. I think that 6.69 is actually an injustice for how he played across the 26 games that Curtis Davis played for us at Banbridge. But he's a decent little player, so I brought him back in on loan for a season. Again, not paying any wages, completely free, so doesn't hurt, and he can play across all three of those positions and in midfield should we need him. So good versatility player, let's call him. Then I brought in Salo Jallo. Excellent name for starters. He's also a 25-year-old Northern Irish lad, can play across both wings and striker, but the plan was to play him at striker. He's a 3-star current ability player, 4-star potential ability. Does have a slight trouble with goal scoring. However, great performance across the course of the year on a 6.91. So 5 goals, 1 assist, 3 player of the matches in 31 games. Maybe it won't work with him being a striker, but I just like to have that in my mind that he probably played on the wing, Great performer anyway, so we'll see how we go with him. Oh, one thing about him before we go. Pulled his knee ligaments in the first game that he played for us, so out for the next sort of 7 days to 2 weeks. Then our star signing, James Teelan. I was struggling for so long to find a left winger. For ages and ages and ages, I could not find a decent left winger to save my life. And then all of a sudden, I just drop into the Dream 11 for the league, and there he is, just sat there being paid nothing. So we snapped him up on a free transfer from the team who's going to be our main competition for the year, and we are going to be playing him as our attacking midfielder coming in from the left. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, and I think he's going to be a strong player for us. He played last year in the Championship as well, 31 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match, 6.86. I think that he is a top signing for that left-hand side, and the fact that we nicked him from Newry City, who are literally our top competition this year, supposedly, in the league, according to the Dream 11. Ideal situation, I think. Then we brought in Max Greer as another option at right back as well. He's free on loan, just going to be coming in as a 2.5-star right back that can cover. Obviously, should we need him to? The plan is that we'll start Callum Byers. But if for whatever reason he can't play, or if I want to chuck him in at centre-back, because he actually pretty good there, Max Greer can drop into that right-back situation. I felt like I'd already heard the name when I saw him on the list from my director of football as a potential signing. And then I thought, you know what, I've got to chuck him in. So let's have a little look at him. Scouted him, looked like a decent player, brought him in, 2.5-star, right-back. He can also play centre-back if necessary. And then, in a last-minute swoop, which has actually worked out pretty well, we brought in Ben Cushney. So Ben Cushney is a 22-year-old striker, can also play right wing, prefers to play as a poacher but can play as the advanced forward that we're currently using. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, comes in on loan from Dungannon. In fact, no, sorry, he was on loan last year at Dungannon. He is from Glentoran. So last year with Dungannon in the Premier Division, he played 25 games, 3 goals and had a 6.82. So I'm hoping that he's going to absolutely dominate in the Championship. Either way, he's in as an option to battle with / cover for while he's injured, Salo Jallo, and we will see how he goes. Salo Jallo will get a bit of a preference from me based on him being our player, but if he's really not scoring goals, Ben Cushney can slot in there just nicely. So that is all the transfers that we have brought in so far. And this is our starting lineup as we mean to go on. So McGinty is actually still our starting striker, even though we've got Salo Jallo and Ben Cushney. Teelan coming in from left mid. Ruhi from central attacking midfielder. McLennan coming in from right wing. Grace and McKinley in the centre with a ball-winning midfielder and a central midfielder on attack, respectively. And then Scott, who is tagged to be one of the best, if not the best, centre-back in the league, is the lad that I said I was going to play at right-back. And I think, left-back, sorry, and I think he is still more suited to that left-back role. So we've got him out at left-back. At the moment, we've got a centre-back pairing of Rogers and Crawford. But as soon as Mark Stafford is back from injury, which by the look of it won't be too long. So as soon as he's back, he will replace Crawford in there and be our centre-back, at which point we've then got Byers at right-back and Shields in goal. We've got Brian Neeson on the bench at the moment, but he may or may not stay there. We might bring another outfield player on there. I don't really like having a goalkeeper on the bench. I don't think it's very necessary, to be honest. Once in a blue moon, you might need him. Sean McDermott is a central defender who can also play left back, so good option to have on the bench there to potentially come on for Scott or Rodgers or Crawford. Same story with Max Greer. He can play at that right back role, which is the intention for him, but he can also play at centre back if necessary. Richard Clark is technically the captain of the squad, but at 37 years of age, I would rather give Grace a go at central midfield and give him the option. He is a 30-year-old player, so I reckon we'll play Grace for now. If he's not working out, we'll give Richard Clark a go. But I just have this funny feeling that at 37, he might not be what he quite was, even though it is still saying that he's a 3.5-star current ability player. So Richard Clark sits on the bench for us as our more defensive central midfield option. Lewis Barr, who came in on loan, sits on there as our more attacking central midfield option. Reese Bayern, I believe is how I pronounce that. Probably butchered it, but there you go. He is a young lad who's already at the club, 20 years old, can play literally everywhere across that front end of the park. 2-star current ability, but 5-star potential ability. He is he's going to be a little superstar, I think. So he's in, and then Ben Cushney as well on the bench. And that is how we mean to go on. So obviously today we have got the game coming up against Newington. As you can see, the board expect to win from us. The supporters expect to win from us. I expect to win from us. I reckon we might have to win this game. Good thing about it though, we're favourites. So everybody's expecting us to win. Let's get into the game, shall we? Here we go then. First game of the season in the Championship with our new club, Ballinamallard United. What a little squad I think we've put together. Now, we have gone a little bit over our wage budget. I will have a quick look at the finances afterwards. Not massively, just over £100 over our wage budget, I believe we are. But we are touted, like I say, to win the league. We'll have a look at the season preview as well. Probably should have done that before the game, but I was just excited to get in and hopefully get a nice win under our belt. We are the favourites to go up as champions. So I think we did all right, because when we first started, I think we were second or third on the season preview, and now we're at the top. That probably means we've made some relatively good decisions. Rodgers hoofs the ball forward to Thielen. First touch of the ball from the new boy. Oh, that wasn't so great in midfield. And ease up, cowboy. You're going to be sent off in a minute. Warwick trying to take it round. I'm going to have to learn all the new players' names, and I've got no idea what I'm talking about in a minute. Crawford makes the tackle lovely. Ruhi smashes it forward up to McGinty. He's actually managed to keep hold of the ball there. I'm quite impressed. Cut inside, fella. No good. McLennan drops the ball over the top. Thielen's there. Within literally minutes, the new boy Thielen has scored. Unbelievable stuff. What a way to start. New club as the manager. New club for the player. Lads, unbelievable. McGinty, I thought he was going to cut inside another shot. He passed the ball back to McLennan. Lovely cross across the box. None of them able to get there. Goalkeeper's had a shocker. And Thielen's just tapped it in. Beautiful stuff. Both wingers connecting there. I don't care what's going on. Our striker can be injured. Please don't, obviously. But our striker can be injured all year. As long as Thielen and McLennan, as long as they link up like that for the year, perfect. Not able to make anything of there. Who's the ball forward to Rooney? That better not be a Wayne reincarnated. McGinty's in. Oh, goalkeeper's made the save. Lovely stuff. We were offside anyway. Shane McGinty offside. I can't believe how those boys are paired up already. Here we go. Free kicks. Probably going in. Oh, lovely, lovely save from Shields. All of the new boys having a great day today. This is perfect. Obviously, at the moment, team cohesion isn't looking too great because everybody's literally just come in. So nobody knows anybody's name yet, let alone how to play with each other. Oh, but I think we're going to change that soon. There's Scott, left back. Oh, he's been absolutely hacked down. Surely. It's got to be a card ref. Surely. He says no and stop calling me Shirley. Ball over the top to McGinty. He's only going to get there. Oh, he's missed. How's he missed that? 6.5 should be lower than that. Missing a chance like that was pathetic. Ball through to... I mean, he's been playing well in terms of the game, but he can't shoot to save his life. I think he has got like 4 finishing. We might have to swap him out, I think. Ball back to Byers. Byers across to Crawford. Crawford puts the ball up and over the top towards McKinley, but he's not going to get there. Comes back. Scott wins the header again. He's a don. McGinty has a crack. And Walker, their goalkeeper, picks it up. Looked very close to being offside. Was it or wasn't it? See, there you go. Newry, they're up the top because they scored a couple of goals, haven't they? Scumbags. We will remove get stuck in because we're looking a little bit cardy there. Everybody's on a yellow. McKinley back out to Byers. Byers straight across to Crawford. Puts the ball into Grace. Oh, he's going to get altitude sickness being that high up the pitch. McGinty on a yellow card picks up the ball, gives it back to Grace. Let's just calm it down, lads. Over the top to Thielen. He obviously didn't make it. Not worth seeing the highlight there. We've dominated this game so far. Absolutely dominated. Ball over the top. Shields collects it nicely. Shields, I absolutely love having a top tier goalkeeper. It just makes you feel so safe at the back. Lewis Hunter was just a liability. This bloke's never going to score a goal. I'm convinced. Sean McGinty is never going to put the ball in the back of the net. He's had 3 great opportunities there. He's just smashed that one straight at the keeper. Open goal. Nobody even, pressuring him. All over top. Rooney gets a shot off. See, even that was closer. He was miles out and marked by a man. Half time. All right. We're looking good so far. I'm impressed. Look at that XG. We've absolutely dominated the game. 12 shots, 4 on target to their 2 and 1. 1.73 on the XG. So, we're about cooking for another goal. Won't be too long, but we have had 3 yellow cards, which does concern me. So, you see 6.2 for Shane McGinty. That fella's got to come off. If Ruhi's having a good game, let's tell him as well. You're doing well. Keep it up. Lost focus because of that. All right. You're doing crap. Do better. Whatever. Let's start the second half. Sean McDermott and Ben Cushney on the pitch. Back to their own. McGinley. Shields just let that run out of play. Nice. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to pick it up. Don't want to bend over. I'll have the goal kick instead, please. That'll do. Here we go. The shots are starting to pump up a little bit. And Cushney's having a great game. 6.7. Much better. Ruhi with a free kick. Go on, son. He's only gone and buried it. Oh, the new lads are absolutely cooking. Thielen, goal. Ruhi, excellent free kick goal. We're looking lovely. Thielen on an 8 rating. 8.2 for McLennan. This is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted on opening day. And that puts us top of the table. 1 game played, but you know what I mean. May as well stop the count now, eh? Might as well stop the count now. Cushney's not even happy, but he's on a 6.6, 6.7, so he's not doing too bad. We are getting a couple of tired legs and that out there. Might be worth just making another change. Yeah, I'm assuming we still get 5. I don't know why that's doing all of that. What's going on in there? Who's tired? I don't want to bring any of these lads off. Although Thielen is on a yellow card and starting to look a bit tired. Could give us an opportunity to see what Reece Burns about. So let's do that. And we're 2-0 up, so no real stress. Crawford's tired, but he's having a great game. Here we go then. Free kick. McLennan to take. Don't know what's happened there. I think that was a deflection. McLennan. Ball in. Their player managers to head it out straight to Stewart. Holds up the ball nicely. None of their players even looking to get forward. What's going on here? Give me the ball back if you're not going to play with it. Oh, 5 minutes from the end, but we don't want to stop during a highlight. This could be another goal for us. Clark back to Scott. Out to McDermott. Scott to Clark and McDermott. They're just playing in a little triangle by themselves. Don't let anybody else have the ball. Surely we're not going to just stand there. I haven't got waste time on over. We're not going to stand there and waste time for another 7 minutes. Big ball forward. Unfortunately not. Scott does recover it though. Passes it back to Shields in goal. I love the way this guy's got colour going on. He's got grey clothes on, red shoes and blue gloves. Oh, ball forward to Stewart. He's got to be offside, surely. He's not? He is. He is offside. All right. Right. Let's make a defensive sub. Slow things down. Kyle Crawford. Crawford is the one to come off. He's a tired boy. That works perfectly because we can just do that. Beautiful. And for the last couple of minutes of the game, their goalkeeper hoofs it forward. Scott makes the header. Cushney drops it out to McClellan. McClellan through to Cushney. Oh, he's been brought down in the box. That's a penalty. Richard Clark will take it. Will he? Let's have a look. No, he won't. Ben Cushney's going to take it, man. He won the penalty. He's got 14 finishing, 8 penalties. He is by far the best penalty taker. He's definitely taking the penalty. Here we go. Cushney to take the penalty. Come on, son. Get a goal on your debut for us. You're starting next week. He has. Goalkeeper's gone the right way, but just done that little collapsey thing that they do. And Cushney puts it in the bottom left-hand corner. Lovely stuff, lads. 3-0 win. What an excellent way to start the season. And we do go into the end of the first week as top of the table. Could not ask for more. Is it too early to say we're going to win the league? Is that too cocky? What a first game. I mean, we've got our main central defender here. There it is. Lovely job. How good. So, look at that. Unbelievable. He was already at the club and he's taken to be one of the best. So, can't take any credit for Scott. But in terms of my signings, Byers, 7.1. Shields, 7.5. McClellan, 8.3. Thielen, 8.1. Ruhi, 7.6. Cushney, 7. Unbelievable stuff. Michael McClellan having an 8.3 as the best performer. And look at the XG. We just absolutely battered them today, didn't we? 19 shots to their 4, 8 on target to their 2. 2.66 goal to XG and 58% possession. 72% of our passes complete. We dominated that game thoroughly. That was a fantastic win, lads. Well done. Well done. Now, we are 1 to 4 odds to win the league, all right? But it definitely was a little bit ahead of myself when I was saying we're going to win the league because we beat Newington, because they are 200 to 1 to finish dead last. They must be terrible at football for them to be that poor. Oh, either way, we're still going to win the league, but we just shouldn't be getting so excited about it because we beat Newington, because they are not a squad. But there we go. I'm happy with how we are. If we just quickly drop in and see £165 over our wage budget, that's not the end of the world. And I just wanted to show you a quick. We've managed to get a director of football purely because we managed to offer our head of youth development another job as a director of football, because he's a better director of football than he is a head of youth development. However, I tried to put out adverts. Well, I did put out adverts, and I tried to hire a director of football, 2 scouts and a physio. And no matter what happens, every time that I agree to hire somebody, the board block the transfer and say that it's because I made a promise that there would be no changes to the backroom staff. Now, when I said there would be no changes to the backroom staff, what I meant was we weren't going to come in and just cull everybody. So I just figured I'd be able to bring in people to do the jobs, but apparently not. So we've got no scouts, we've got no physio, but we do have a director of football now, which is good. Maybe I'll try and see if we can bring somebody in as a physio, but we have got a head physio, so, maybe that covers all the bases. But either way, there you go. That's the one for this episode. If we just have a quick look at the schedule and how we're tracking along, we have got one more championship game, and then we do play in the Irish League Cup second round against Coleraine, who play in the Danks Bank Premiership, and they are currently first, which means that they won that game. So that'll be the first proper test, I think. That'll be where we find out how good we are. And then we have a massive game against Newbury City, who are, again, like I say, touted to finish second in the league. They're our biggest competition, and they were relegated last season from the Premiership. So we'll probably come back then, won't we? I'll play the Institute game in between, and we'll come back for Coleraine and for Newbury City. And then if we win both of those, God, we're going to win it all. What competitions are we in? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do the quadruple, obviously. But we'll see how we go. Might have been getting a little bit ahead of myself there in regard to what we're going to achieve this season, but you never know. We might actually do a quadruple. I suppose it's possible, and confidence is everything, right? We've got a good little side together with some players still to come back into the team. Who knows what we can achieve? If you've enjoyed the video and the series so far, please do smash that like button. It does make a massive difference. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more FM23 content.